here I know like two, three companies, Kenyan companies that design solar systems. I can give you the contacts.
A company like Davis and Shirtliff, would they be one of them?
No, well, they do it, but not the ones. There is one called here, like Center for Applied Technologies,
Yeah.
CAT.
Okay.
Those guys have done some of the systems here.
All right.
Which, I mean, the thing is, like the quality of the installations here varies a lot.
Oh, really?
When this village have maybe 15, 20 solar systems,
Wow.
different sizes, and the quality of the material, the quality of the installation is a huge range.
Yeah.
And the best is from who?
The best is from who? The best is from Generalia, and from ourselves, of course. The systems we installed, I will show you later. But I mean, this system is very complex. This is
Yeah, we're going.
This is a poster for the Nyumbani solar panel, where we have 45 kilowatts power
Wait for the
produced by
track.
solar modules. So it's from Energia, Sin Fronteras, together with the local partners, which is Simos Postripos, Nyumbani, Watoto wa Mungwe. So we have like we have so many things like inverters from SMA. That's solar. We have also the Grupo Generaria, which is involved in the creation of the power station. Maybe the connection in the solar garden. And, we have the sun power. The sun power company, we have also the Drola company and Graxia. So
tumeenda huko leo tukakuwa tunaweka 50 za miti.
Talk about the panel?
so usually the solar system would be comprised of 3-4 main elements. Yeah, the solar module, the battery system, the charge controllers, and the inverters. Yeah, so this is the solar field. The solar.
Okay.
Field, yeah? Solar modules can be crystalline, amorphous silicon, or thin film. Yeah? Those are the three main technologies. This one
it's polycrystalline.
Polycrystalline.
One is polycrystalline.
And where do they come from?
where are the manufacturers of this module?
That's okay.
Power Light. I mean, this were the donation from SunPower. SunPower is from the States, but these modules they donated, they were not their own brand.
Okay.
Most of the manufacturers now, they are Chinese manufacturers.
Yeah. Chinese manufacturers.
There are very few European, and there are two big ones from the States, SunPower and First Solar.
And how many kilowatts are these? Or?
So each module is 215 watts. 215 watts. Yeah? And they are connected in series of 22 modules. Yeah? So each of these rows will have 66 modules. So 3 series of 22 connected in series and 3 of them in parallel. And each of these rows wants to goes to one of the junction boxes he was showing you before.
And the voltage output is?
The voltage would go up to around 740.
Roughly 800.
Okay.
Volt DC.
Yes, this is it.
Okay, and how much? So then, how many watts you say?
Each is 215. I think the overall power of the plant was 44 kilowatts. So each of these rows would be a bit less, slightly below 15 kilowatts.
Okay, and you're planning to put another one here?
Well, this was completed until March, and these modules that we took out of here, you will see them later on. They were used for the solar pumping.
Oh, you
Because
moved them.
the initial idea was to throw a cable from here to the pumps, and then we decided it was better to take the modules close to the border.
Okay.
Okay.
Why did you decide to do that? Because of the resistance in the cables, or?
Yeah, because the resistance in the cable, plus we were not sure how the pump would respond to any peak.
Okay.
Because as you see, like when this powers the Polytechnic, and for example, when a powerful machine is switched on, you will see there is a voltage peak.
Yeah.
And you will see like the inverters, they both like, and that will create like distortions on the signal to the pumps.
Okay.
And we were afraid that may damage the
Might
pumps.
burn out
in
the
the
pumps.
long term. That
Yeah.
could damage the pumps.
Okay.
So we decided.
Yeah, they're sensitive items.
so here the parallel connections are made here. So at the end, these are 3 strings of 22 modules connected in series. Yeah? You see, and then this one string, this is another of the strings, and this is the other of the strings. Yeah? And the 3 of them go together. So you have here 3 plus, 3 minus that go into the junction box inside the container. Yeah?
Okay.
And there they do another parallel connection. All these 3 are connected parallel inside there.
Okay.
From the solar modules that we connect to this box. So after that, we have 3 boxes. So we have three rows there of the solar modules. So at the moment we have 2. So we are using 2 boxes. So 2 inverters are at 1.
And who is this?
SMA, that's a German manufacturer, that's the main manufacturer in the world, basically. But you will have to decide when designing your system, it's like whether this is you have AC coupling and DC coupling. These inverters, these blue ones, are grid connected inverters, so they are not supposed to be used for off-grid, because they just see the grid and synchronize your production to the grid. So usually in off-grid systems you will have this type, like the ones we have in the clinic, in the guest house. Off-grid inverters, they create the grid. This design has some advantages. Is you use these ones, the yellow ones, you create the grid, and with these ones you operate as if this was actually this is like a microgrid. So these are commercial inverters which are cheaper, more efficient, and if you create your grid with these ones, those will fit into that grid. So you have that option, or you only use these ones.
Okay.
Those ones are a bit more expensive and a bit less efficient.
Okay.
Those ones are connected to the battery. So those are also called off-grid or battery inverters, and those ones are connected to the solar modules.
Okay.
The pump is 5.5 kilowatts. We have installed 8.4. So we have installed.
You've got a buffer.
Yeah, we have a buffer. So even when there is little sun, the pump is running.
Yeah.
Then on the screen, you will see. So now let's say with this sun, this pumps are working at 66% of their capacity. And this, that inverter, that settings inverter, that's up to 10 kilowatts, can manage up to 10 kilowatts, and that's very efficient.
Oh yeah.
That's very efficient.
So but these pumps, you're talking the well pumps, you're not talking these pumps.
Both. Well, you see, there is a tank here behind this building,
Yeah.
and these pumps are from this tank to the top tank, and from the boreholes we pump here. So from the borehole to the tank,
Okay,
and from the
and
tank.
the solar runs the borehole too?
Yes, but we have 2 different systems. This one is the one you see on the roof, the cable stone.
Oh, okay. So this solar only runs the boosters?
Yes.
And then the diesel also only runs the boosters?
So the diesel runs the boosters and one of the boreholes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have
And
like
you got a variable frequency drive on
yes,
this?
on this one.
And how about the pump? It's not
Yeah. Now we have 2 boreholes, and we only have solar right now. We got frequency to drive in one of the boreholes.
Oh, you have variable frequency on that one too? I was shocked at how cheap the variable frequency drives are now. Really?
And you see, like, and so that means like even when it's cloudy, like this completely cloudy, this is working.
Yeah.
Like this will work like in any day. So with no sun, these are working with no sun.
That's amazing.
But you have no batteries here. And where's the tank?
Behind.
From the pump? From the well, from the bore.
From the bottom.
So the booster, that has its, the borehole has its own variable frequency
Yes, you will want to see that.
and its own solar. Well, why didn't they elevate the tanks?
This one here?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you elevate them so you don't need as much booster? You know, or you don't know why?
No, this was like at the beginning of the village. And from here it comes to the highest point in the whole village.
This system is similar comparing with the here we only have the batteries, we have the modules there, we have this charge controller, and we have this is a protection box. This one is a protection box, we have the inverter. So what it does, we use the solar modules to charge the batteries, and we have this is the protection box between the battery and the inverter, and also the charge controller. So mostly this one is used to protect the batteries. Okay. We have this one, the protection box, which protects the solar modules. It is between the solar modules and the charge controller. So that way, from the modules to here, the charge controller, to this box, then to the charge controller, through this protection box, to the batteries, to charge the batteries, and discharging is through the inverter. So we only have AC loads here. There's no DC loads.
No DC lights. Okay.
So, but I understood you say, what kind of load you have here? You have some appliances like refrigerator?
Yeah, here you
Yes,
can see
we
the
have a fridge.
refrigerator is just there.
We have a fridge here. It's used to
Okay. And that's an AC fridge?